Hey there, sweet peas. All right, time for another reading. This time I was feeling drawn to doing another love reading. I feel like there's a no communication story that needs to come out here. So I want to start with making sure it's the right reading for you. So let's get tell me about the feminine energy. Tell me about the feminine energy in this no contact situation. Tell me about the feminine energy. All right. Let's see. So we have emotional and we have forgiveness. Tell me about the feminine energy in this no contact situation. Feminine energy in this no contact situation. Oh my. The sensualist. That was a morning garden rose. All right, tell me about the masculine energy. Tell me about the masculine energy in this no contact situation. Aggressive and resistant. Tell me about this masculine energy. Tell me about the masculine energy in this no contact situation. The artist. Okay. So straight out the gate, it feels very much like the feminine is interested in reconciliation, but the masculine isn't. The masculine is very much in a resistance position. It's creative and sensitive. Both parties here have interesting looking roses. We have a modern garden rose and an old garden rose. So similarities there. There's feelings, but I feel like this masculine is trying really hard not to give in to those feelings. He's being very resistant. So it's very possible that he said some hurtful things to push the feminine away. And keep in mind that, you know, just because the feminine energy is feminine does not mean that it's a woman. You know, this energy could be flip-flopped. It could be the woman is the one in the masculine and the man is the one in the feminine. Or it could be two men or two women, you know, whatever resonates for you. The point is, I'm looking at what is the difference in the energies here and who are these two people and why aren't they talking to each other. So it does feel like the feminine in this energy really wants to have a family, wants to have happiness and reconciliation, but the masculine is being very resistant. He is really holding on tightly to not having communication for whatever reason, to the point where he may have said regrettable things he didn't actually mean in order to push the feminine away. Interesting. Or he could be taking it out. I say he, but that's just take it as it resonates. Let me get a little more into this here. So What do we need to know about this situation and why there's no contact? What do we need to know about this situation and why there's no contact? The Moon, Death, Seven of Pentacles, okay. Tell me about the feminine shadow energy. Tell me about the feminine shadow energy. Tell me about the masculine's shadow energy. Tell me about the masculine shadow energy. Okay. So, okay. I do feel like the feminine has looked within and has made some decisions to let go of the anger. There is forgiveness here, which could be why anger is being tamed. Don't roar in arguments. Respect can heal wounds. Dominant, pride, control. And then on the other hand, it's funny that it came out for the feminine instead of the masculine, but that's the thing, is this is the shadow side. This is the subconscious things that we're not necessarily fully in tune with about ourselves. So on the masculine side, we have moonlit unity. Use understanding to have greater emotional balance, harmony, aligned, peace. So there could be some deep-seated anger that the feminine has been working on. Something possibly to do with the aggressiveness and the resistance of the masculine not to communicate or use their words. It does feel like the masculine is not doing anything to understand or find emotional balance. They're just pushing things away so that they don't have to deal with it. Hence the shadow energy there. It doesn't mean that they necessarily don't want the unity. It just means that subconsciously they're trying really hard to push it away. There is some kind of wound there, some subconscious ego-driven desire to be right. So they're not looking for harmony or alignment or peace. They're looking for how they can be right, which is why this is something that they need to work on. So we have the moon here, which is a card about the subconscious. It's about the things that we don't necessarily see about our own behaviors. It is not seeing deeply enough what drives us. A person who is in tune with the moon would have a greater understanding of those subconscious impulses. So it feels more like this is attuned to the feminine energy, and it is a feminine card. Being a little more in touch with what it is that is driving the two of you apart. So this respect can heal wounds is actually making me think more about how it might be that you need to respect yourself more. Because if this masculine energy, whoever this is, has been pushing you away, there has been an ending. Death can also represent resurrection, so it doesn't mean that that's completely dead and gone, but it is dead in the sense it existed previously. Whatever you had before is not coming back. It may come back differently, it may grow in a different way, but you have to work on that and work on building what it is you want to see. And in this case, I am really urging you to find that respect for yourself and that love for yourself before you start trying to push the masculine into reconciling when it's clear that he's not ready to. So, let's see here. Tell me more about this relationship. Tell me something positive about this relationship. Tell me something positive about this relationship. Time apart. Love language, quality time, material attachment, and unexpected connection. Okay. So this is supposed to be a positive message, but you have time apart here, a time of separation. So it could very well be that it is in your best interest to allow this time apart so that you can, so that you can find that love for yourself. So the love language here, quality time, be the witness to each other's lives. So there could be some blindness here in not seeing the truth of what is keeping you connected. I think if you actually see the truth of what's going on and take that time apart, it will make you feel a bit differently about this situation. And then we have material attachment, too much focus on visible trappings. So is there something that you're hanging on to about this that has nothing to do with the person and more to do with attachment and feeling a need for this person? Is there financial ties, maybe a child involved, child support, something like that? Feeling very attached to the idea of this connection instead of the person and who they actually are. And I see unexpected connection, opposites attract. So it feels very much like the feminine is supportive, nurturing, and desirous of something warm and involving family, but I'm getting lone wolf energy from the masculine. He's not ready for commitment. So the positive to take here is to really fully understand, with the rose-colored glasses taken off, why you're drawn to this person and what it is you're looking for in a partner, as well as your own pride and respect and understanding what that means. I think that time apart is actually a really positive thing for you. It doesn't mean that this is necessarily a completely ended relationship, but it does mean that you need to actually step back from it and look at it with clear eyes. All right, if this is resonating so far, please give me a like. Let me know. That's a great way to let me know that this is actually resonating with you. And of course, if you want more readings, you can subscribe. Let me see here. So tell me something that the feminine does not know about the masculine. Tell me something that the feminine does not know about the masculine. Clock. Need time. Takes time. In time. Cycles. Time to heal. progress, ascending, transcending obstacles, learning expansion, new phase, preparing for union, talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. I think that's supposed to be hovering. All right. So tell me something the masculine doesn't know about the feminine. Tell me something the masculine doesn't know about the feminine in this connection. Cupid's arrow. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise invitation or meeting. Hesitation. All right, tell me what the masculine doesn't know about the feminine. Tell me what the masculine doesn't know about the feminine in this no contact situation. Palm tree. Stability. Security. Permanence. Gravity. Endures. Flexibility. Lightning. Sudden change. Shocking news. Surprise. Epiphany. Upheaval and transformation. Yeah. Okay. So, in looking at this, you have time apart and the clock. Need time. Takes time. In time. Cycles. Time to heal. Progress. A time of separation. So, again, you're being cautioned here, feminine, to take time to really understand yourself and this person during this time apart. It's not just about the longing. And this ascension, this new phase, this learning, this expansion will prepare you for the union you're destined for. By having a greater understanding of your motivations, yourself, your inner workings, that will do so much more for you than you can imagine. And then we have talking, interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, text, call, email. So I have the feeling that the masculine is actually the one who will break first and reach out to you, feminine. So if that's how you're resonating in this, it's entirely possible that the masculine will reach out to you and have a conversation with you, but I don't think that's going to handle the problems. It may occur before you are quite done understanding exactly what happened here and understanding yourself and your needs. So I would really work on this personal ascension and understanding yourself before trying to force the masculine into a conversation or even having a conversation with them if they reach out first. Take some time, take a breath, and make sure you're ready so you're not repeating this cycle again in the future. So I don't think that the masculine gets just how much the feminine loves them. I really don't think that they understand how much love and appreciation there is. They are blind to it. That's what I'm getting. And then we have the palm tree, which is about stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. So they don't see that the feminine is not broken. She is in actual fact stable and can provide a secure relationship. He doesn't see that she's growing. Remember, these cards were pulled to see what he doesn't know about the feminine. He doesn't see that she is stable and growing. He doesn't see that she could be a source of strength for him to lean on. And he also does not see that there is a big sudden change or epiphany coming. He does not see that there's transformation for the feminine coming in here. So it really does feel very much like he's the words that are coming to mind are deliberately obtuse. He is being deliberately obtuse about the potential of the connection. But what's funny is that deep down, subconsciously, he wants it. He wants it. Even as he's pushing it away. How funny. All right. Let's close this out. Give me advice for the feminine in this no contact situation. Give me advice for this feminine in the no contact situation. All right. Give me advice for the masculine in this no contact situation. Advice for the masculine in this no contact situation. Give me advice, please, Spirit. What is the advice for the masculine? All right. All right, so for the feminine side, we have open your hands if you want to be held. Reach out. Welcome love. Let yourself receive. So in this case, you know that the masculine is not the one who is reaching out. I think that this is actually urging you to go within and find the love within yourself. Receive your own love. Have respect for yourself. Work with your guides, work with your gods, work with your angels. Because they want to help you. They want to help you see. They want to help you grow. Like, look at all the stars. Look at how spiritual this is. This is a gorgeous message of a whole world waiting for you out there. You just have to open yourself up to it. So then on the masculine side, if you are resonating with the masculine energy, set your life on fire and seek those who fan your flames. Kindred spirits, passion, follow your heart. So that to me dovetails so perfectly with this moonlit unity. You know, you're being advised to get out of this need to just be what's the word? So pig-headed and stubborn about being on your own. You know, there is somebody there who really is very passionate about you and about uplifting you. And if you're not letting it in, you're not really following your heart. Which is funny because we have, it is your light that lights the world. Self-reliance, brilliant ideas, and time to shine. But see, if you have that kindred spirit assisting with that burning light, that guidance, that fire, that right there, that person or people who help inspire you, that is where you shine. And it's funny because it talks about self-reliance, but it's being taken too far. It's being taken too far. Pushing away those who would lift you up is just, I'm sorry, it is taking it too far. You know, I don't feel quite done yet. I think You know, I felt drawn to pull a couple other decks, so just for funsies, let's see here. Is there additional advice? Advice for both parties in this connection? Advice for both parties in this connection? $39. Fun. Yeah, have some fun, guys. Like, honestly, I think there's a bit of heaviness here, and there's definitely passion, there's definitely fire, there's definitely desire, but I'm not seeing fun. I'm seeing stress. Funny, at the bottom of the deck, spark. With those two matches lighting each other up. What was I talking about right there? Yeah. You know, I think you'll find the spark again if you guys can figure out what makes you both laugh and have a good time together. The things that make you feel lifted up and passionate and just so uplifted by each other, instead of in this I don't know how to describe it. It's like a ball of anxiety. I feel a ball of anxiety when it comes to how you two see each other. And it's not one-sided. It's coming from both sides. Both have anxious feelings, and I think it has a lot to do with stress and expectations instead of just simple enjoyment of each other and you know, your company. There was probably a lot of pressure at one point for one side to perform a specific way. And I don't even know that it was necessarily real. It might have just been an assumption. Oh, well, I'm in a relationship now, so I'm supposed to do this. I don't think that's how it was really meant to be. I think you guys, the spark was there, but you forgot to have fun along the way. So it may have resulted in some resentment, some unhappiness with how things went with each other. Maybe, you know, you guys probably had a really good time in the beginning, and then when it came down to the everyday stuff, actually maybe moving in together and talking about building a family and a future, it just became too much. You lost sight of what made you guys enjoy each other's company in the first place. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. You know, one more. This one is the Personal Power Oracle. So, how can this... Oop. Hold on, sorry. How can this couple regain their personal power? I know this is no contact, but how can these two regain their personal power? What advice to help them regain their personal power in this connection? I am safe. I am unbreakable. I am forgiving. Yeah. Yeah, so it's funny because in this one, and just in case the numbers are meaningful, we have 36, 14, and 8. So for I am safe, look at this. The girl's hair is blocking her eyes, and behind her is the moon. Look at that. So it's entirely possible that subconsciously this connection didn't feel safe. There may have been signs that it wasn't. It may have been very hurtful emotionally or possibly even physically with this aggressive. I mean, I certainly hope not. I certainly hope you're not trying to go back to a masculine who had physically violent tendencies, even if it wasn't directed towards you. If that person broke things or punched walls or whatever it is, I really hope that I'm not speaking to somebody who's looking at that as a relationship they want to continue. So yeah, let's get out of that. Nope, nope, nope. Don't like that. Don't like that. Here. Apologize for that beeping in the background. My cat, one of my cats has medical issues, so we have to make sure that the other one doesn't get into his food, and every once in a while there's a issue, which is why it starts beeping. I thought my husband unplugged it today, but all right. Well, yeah. Whatever that is, be gone, be gone. Don't like it. Ugh, out of here. All right, back to business. So, whatever that was, I think that in this separation, there is safety for you both. It gives you both a chance to go within and see more about yourselves and what it is you really want and what does bring you joy and happiness. And with I Am Unbreakable, I mean, here, look at this card. So you can see she has a prosthetic leg and she's not letting it stop her. She has this gorgeous art so that she can continue doing whatever it is she wants to do. She can keep moving. So both of you are being urged to continue moving forward and not letting this separation break you, but instead use it as a time for reflection. And lastly, I am forgiving, which we saw that forgiving energy in the feminine, right? We have that forgiveness energy there. But this is advice for both. And remember, part of what I was urging is forgiveness of yourself, not just the other party. All right, I think that's it. I think that's what I have for you, lovelies. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day. And, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of this reading. I hope it was helpful. Love you.